Hi, my name is Sandra Plata, and I'm a certified nutrition and health coach, and the name of my company is Nutritionally Hip. What I do is I work with women that are trying to break that sugar addiction for good, and in the process lose weight and feel great. If you'd like to learn more about me and my services, please visit my website at www.nutritionallyhip.com. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe for chocolate almond butter. Now, the chocolate almond butter that I would buy at the store, I'd come home and I'd look at the ingredients, and I always was a little bit turned off because there was always too much sugar in there and a whole bunch of other ingredients that I really just didn't care for. So what I did was I came up with my own recipe, and after trial and error, I think I really nailed it. My kids love it, I love it, my clients love it. So I want to share this with you. There are certain things that you will need though for this recipe. Most importantly, you're going to need a high-speed blender. I use the Vitamix, and it really works well not only with this recipe, but if you're doing any other nut butters, peanut butter, cashew butter, whatever, the Vitamix just works wonderful. The other ingredients that you will need are 2 cups of raw unsalted almonds, some unrefined virgin coconut oil, cacao powder, whole vanilla bean, and some stevia. Now, the reason why I like these particular ingredients, the raw cacao actually is high in magnesium and some antioxidants, and the unrefined coconut oil I use in my practice for my clients that are trying to lose weight, and has a lot of other health benefits as well. The stevia I really like to use as a sweetener because unlike white table sugar and other artificial sugars, stevia is derived from a plant. Therefore, when it enters your bloodstream, it doesn't give you that spiky, highs and lows that the other type of sugar would. So let's get ready. Okay, so this recipe really is done in 2 phases. The first phase is we're going to take 3 tablespoons of our coconut oil, and we're going to put it in a small saucepan, and we're going to melt that with 2 generous tablespoons of the cacao. So I went ahead and I measured out 3 of the tablespoons of the coconut oil, and I'm just going to go ahead and put that right in there. And I'm going to turn it on a low heat, and then I'm just going to add the cacao. And then just slowly melt this. And while that's melting, now the second phase of this recipe is to take our 2 cups of almonds, and we're going to put those right in our blender. We're going to take our vanilla bean. This is the whole vanilla bean. What I use is I use 1/3 of it, and that gives it enough taste. And I'm going to throw that in there also. And then our stevia. Now, I just use a dash, but this is something once you do the recipe yourself, you can use whatever you prefer. You can play around with the recipe. And so I just kind of give it, like maybe 3 taps on the top. Let's go back and see. Oh, see, now our coconut oil is starting to melt nicely with the cacao. So now our coconut and chocolate mixture is melted, and it's ready to go into our blender with the rest of the other ingredients. So now our coconut and chocolate mixture is ready to go into the blender with the other ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and add that. So now that we got our chocolate and coconut mixture in there, it's about to get very loud in here. I'm going to take the top off because I'm going to have to use this to stir it around. So we're going to start low. Okay, we're going to blend this for probably a minute or two until it comes out to a nice smooth consistency. Now, depending on how you like your nut butters, I like mine a little bit more on the drier side and not as moist. So that's how I make mine. But if you like yours a little bit creamier, a little smoother, you can add you can heat up some more coconut oil and add that as desired. So I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to finish this right until the end. So now I'm going to check the consistency of the nut butter. And this is the consistency of our nut butter. It's nice and it's very rich and very thick. But if you like your nut butter a little creamier, you can add a little bit more coconut oil. Just go ahead and heat it up again on the stove and just add as much as you desire. And now that our almond butter is done, you want to get like a glass mason jar or something airtight that you can store it in. And this really does, this 2 cups fills up a very large jar, and you have enough left over for an even smaller jelly jar. And there you have it, my homemade chocolate almond butter that is made with all natural ingredients. And I'd love to hear your comments at the end of this thread. I'd love to hear if you tried it and what you thought. And if you'd like to know more information about me and my services, again, my website is www.nutritionallyhit.com. And also, like us on Facebook.